Hey guys, it's Shahid. Do you think ghostly encounters only happen to the unfamous? Well, think again, because these 10 celebrities have some spooky tales of their own to tell. Jenna Bush, while her dad, George W. Bush, was president, Jenna Bush swears she ran into one or more of the allegedly numerous White House ghosts. Her bedroom, you see, was graced with a fireplace, which she claimed had a tendency to play 1920s music. One night, after hearing such music emanating from the fireplace, Jenna ran into her sister's room. Now, her sister, of course, didn't believe her until the next night when she stayed in Jenna's room with her. Seeing may be believing, but hearing might be too. Anna Nicole Smith didn't just encounter a ghost, she had intercourse with one regularly. The first time that it happened, she thought it was just her boyfriend. However, she soon figured out that this wasn't the case. She was pretty okay with it, though she said the intercourse was great. Kate Hudson revealed that during the filming of Skeleton Key, she had her fair share of ghostly encounters. She's seen a ghost with no face, a commonly ghostly archetype, more times that she can count, and once the spirit of her grandmother visited her. At least Granny's still looking out for her from beyond the grave. Nicolas Cage also had a whole bunch of ghost stories in his arsenal. His favorite, though, involves a time that was staying at Francis Ford Coppola's house in Napa Valley. Nick was only staying in the attic when late one night a woman with a big hair appeared. At first, he thought it was his aunt, but when she approached him, well, let's just say that he found out quite quickly that it was not his aunt. He didn't know who it was, but she scared the bejesus out of him. Matthew McConaughey. In 2003, everyone's favorite shirtless wonder was living in a haunted house. The first time he encountered his ghost, he freaked out. He kept hearing noises that sounded like a dime getting dropped about 10 feet. Have you ever heard a dime getting dropped 10 feet? It's pretty loud. Seriously. He leaped out of bed, buck naked. Of course, he grabbed a baseball bat and started running around the house like a madman. He's since made his peace with his ghost, though. He calls her Madame Blue, and he says that they get along quite well. Well, he suspects his constant nudity has something to do with it. Keanu Reeves' tale doesn't really have a resolution, but it's a creepy image all the same. When he was 5, he and his sister encountered a ghost in the house they were living in. The ghost wore a white double-breasted suit, except that he had no legs. Spooky, right? Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley got punched in the face by a ghost once. Well, maybe punched is the wrong term, since the ghost wasn't corporeal. It did, however, grab a book off the top of a water cooler in his recording study and throw it at his head. It landed. Ouch. Taylor Momsen. Perhaps I shouldn't be so surprised that Taylor Momsen, the devil child, has not only seen ghosts, but more importantly, has actually gone looking for them on her own. After her mother's elderly neighbor died, young Taylor promptly decided that the thing to do next was to do ghost hunting. So naturally, she went into the deceased lady's home and had a good look around. Taylor claims she snapped 2 clearly ghost photos, one of a disembodied hand and on a typewriter, and one of the old woman's whole body visible in a window. Alyson Hannigan, the How I Met Your Mother star, lives with her husband and daughter, and a ghost. He's appeared a few times, most noticeably once in her bathroom window. The kicker is that Alyson knew that at the time it couldn't possibly be her husband, Alex Denisoff. She's not so sure who the ghost is, but she kind of wants to find out, so maybe there's still a story yet to unfold. When British actor Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen were performing together one night in a theater in London, Patrick had a night where he froze for a moment in his first act. Later on, Ian asked him what had happened. His response? I just saw a ghost on stage during Act 1. If there was ever a good reason to freeze up, that's certainly it. They found out afterwards that the ghost is believed to be of John Baldwin Buckstone, an actor-manager from times gone by who tends to appear during comedies performed at the Haymarket. Now, I know some might not classify Got It as a comedy, but I beg to differ. And so, apparently, does John Baldwin Buckstone himself. Now, before I leave, I'd like to know if any one of you, and yes, I'm talking to you, have you ever had a ghost encounter of yourself? If so, please write with detail down below in the comments section. I will truly get some pleasure out of it. Thank you. Also, be aware that I will be making another episode later on this week. And if you have interest in watching it, do not forget to come back. And if you do forget, there's always that subscribe button that will remind you.